What we're going to do now is we're going to start to build out some color palettes, and I love going to colors.co. So you can see here, if you type in colors with 2 O's.co, you'll get to the main page. So I'll just go back one, and you can check out, it's an awesome tool. You know, you can generate colors, you can just download it really fast and easy, and I love it. It gives you so many options, and there's awesome colors on here. So what you do, you can just click on explore up the top here, and it'll take you to some more options so we can filter stuff out. So you can add some filter tags in the top right corner here, and what I'm going to do is type in skin, because we want some skin colors. You can also filter by latest picks or best, and you can see we've got some awesome tones here. I kind of like this one and this one, they look more natural. So what we can do straight away, we can just press export, put your mouse over the color and just press export. So you can save as a PDF, SVG, a PNG, or a URL, which is pretty handy. So I'm going to click PNG. It's going to open a new link, and what I can do is save it to a Pinterest if you want, but I'm just going to copy image, right click copy, go into my Illustrator and just paste it in by pressing Control V. So now we can use this. I'm also going to go back, and we'll go, this is a more darker tonal palette as well for the skin. So I'll copy that and I'll put that in. So now we've got 2 skin palettes, and then I'll just go back and we'll start to find some colors. Another cool thing as well, if you don't want to filter, you can actually click generate up the top corner there, and it's going to give you some options where you just press spacebar, and it's going to continually just generate new colors. So if you just press spacebar, it will generate. You can also lock a color if you like a color. So I can go here and lock this one, click it. You can also adjust it as well. The saturation, the hue, the brightness. It also gives you options of the RGB, CMYK, pick, and it sets. So it's pretty crazy. It's very flexible. You can also drag it, maybe you want your main color. You can also do alternate shades as well, which is pretty crazy. So you got all these shades here. So maybe I want a lighter shade like that. So this is locked now. It's edited, and I can press space, and it's just gonna keep changing and creating some new colors here. So maybe I want some warm colors there. Maybe this blue. Maybe that green is cool. Maybe we need like a pink color. So you can spam spacebar. Ah, sweet. Cool. So then once we have this, we can click export, or you can even save it, but we just don't worry about that. We'll just want the PNG. I'll press copy again and copy this. So awesome, we've got some color palettes already, and we're starting to form that. You can play around with hours and just create awesome colors. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go to the skin color. Go to my swatches panel. You can go to window swatches to open that. So swatches is about 90% down. We can also go, and mine's located up here. And what we're going to do is go to the folder. So on the bottom right, you'll see this folder icon. Click that. And we're going to call it skin. And we just create a new folder. And what I'd love to do is I'm just going to lock these images here so we can't select them. I'm going to create an ellipse, and I'll duplicate it. And what I want to do, select each shape, press I for the eyedropper tool. It's also located on the left in the middle section there. And I'm just going to select and then left click once. So I'm just going to drag it so you guys can see. And what we're doing is just selecting these colors using the selection tool and selecting that. What we can then do, select all these shapes. And once again, we can, you can actually drag them in, but what it does is it only makes it as a group. It doesn't save it each color. So we don't want to do that. Instead of that, we can actually click the folder button, and you can see what we want to do is select artwork. We can rename the group skin. You can call it light. We want to make sure it's on global colors because that's going to help us, and you can include that swatches for tints. And then it'll just automatically add it as global colors all into one folder, just like that. Super easy, super simple. And then if you want to mix and match, you can actually just drag it into the other folder we made like that. So if you want to put some in some of the folders, more dark tones, it's up to you. So I'll do the same for these colors down here. And this is really the quickest way to build palettes. So you don't have to waste your time in Illustrator trying to figure out, the colors and everything like that, because it takes too long, and you'll end up, having muddy colors that don't look nice. So you want to find ones that are going to work decent. And these ones is pretty mixed, so we might have to go back and find some other colors, but we can use this for now. And cool, so we got all that, we can just delete that. So now we have our color palettes built, and now we can start building out our characters. So we want to focus one by one, and we'll focus on the boy. So we'll just end up working on the skin first, and then I'll just slowly keep adding colors. All you have to do to change colors is select the shape you want, and then go ahead and click on the color you want. So maybe he might have orange hair, and the skin, you know, might select a lighter one. I think this yellow, that looks cool. Yeah, cool. So these colors are looking nice. Select that. Make sure you press X so it switches from stroke to fill. Sorry, fill to stroke. So you can see that. And then we can change the color to that. Another cool trick as well is that you see that there's not enough contrast between the eyebrow and the eyes. So what I can actually do is if you select the colors up here, and if you go to color guide, you can also go to a window, color guide here is to find it, and that will open that. If you select the color you want, click on color guide and click this little drop down menu, it's going to give you some more options. So you can see you got monochromatic, you got analogous, tetrad, compound, high contrast. So you can see they're pretty cool. I love just to use shades. And then what I can do is press this little plus with the 3 columns, and it will add it into a new folder. And what I can do is, because I want that nice dark color, I can select that, and it's going to change that. If you don't want every single color of this whole row, you can actually just select one and add it. And you can see it just adds the one there. So I can get rid of the other ones if I don't want them, and just keep that dark color, which is pretty cool. So I'll keep that dark brown for now. Sweet, so that's looking cool. I might just bump up I'll just leave it. Cool, so we got that. I'll start to add the colors. We'll make him green. Actually, I'll make him orange, but I'm gonna darken this orange color. Another cool trick as well, you can go to color, and you can click the drop down menu, show options. It's like 4 lines. Just click on that. And you want to click on RGB or CMYK if you want. Also hue, saturation, and brightness as well. So maybe I want the saturation up so you can see a more brighter color, brighter orange. Or maybe I want more red. I can drop it to the red side. So it's really handy there, because I don't want to be too orange to his hair. So we've got that color, and then once we have that new color, we can just press this little new folder paper, click global color, and we can press OK, and it's going to add it to our library. So we've got that new color there. Sweet. And then we can just play around. Once again, maybe I want a lighter version, so I can actually lighten those up by going to color, and you can see what this is tint. If it's just one bar, it's just a tint, but if you want to go change it, we just, once again, click the drop down menu and just go select it. But if you just leave it there, when you click it once, it should just go to the tint, which is pretty handy. So we'll leave it on 80%. I'll make sure that's the same there. So you can see these strokes at the moment. We want to make them a shape. So I'm just going to drag these strokes out so it's overlapping. Just move that. So what we're going to do is select these 2 strokes. Once you've done that, you can hold shift to select multiple objects. We're going to go to object, top left corner, go down to expand. Now what this does, it will expand the stroke into a shape. So what it's done, it's no more longer a stroke, but it's now a shape. So you can see that I can actually, like that, which is pretty awesome. And what I'm going to do now is select this middle body. I'm going to press Control C and then Control F, and it's going to paste a copy in front. So if I just change the color real quick, you'll see that there's a copy on top. I'm going to bring it to the top there, and you can see that And what we're going to do is going to select these objects that we just made. I'm going to press Shift M, which is a quick way to cut off the excess. So I'm just going to hold Option or Alt, left clicking and dragging to cut off these extra shapes that we don't want anymore. And I can just delete this shape. It was just a cutaway shape. And then once again, maybe I can do that, or maybe the backpack. Maybe we'll make it more darker. And I can make the strap the green color there. Cool. And you can see now it just goes directly on that other shape. So that's how you make it neat and fun. And I'll probably put that arm there. Might bring the arm. Yeah, we'll bring the arm behind. So we're actually going to edit this hand as well because it's not consistent with the other hands. See how we're going for that simple look? You can see here even that one's not as cool. We can probably leave it like that. That looks pretty cool. But if you want to do a simple way as well, you can just create a rectangle. And I love doing this type of style. It's more down my alley. And I'm just going to copy this across like that. We'll select we'll select the darker skin tone. I'm going to rotate it and press Command G to group it. And we can actually just put it like that. And we'll make another one. Select the top and then round it off. You can see because I've already rounded the top, it doesn't allow you to scale it. So you want to scale it first, get it to the right size, then round off the top. So we want that, and then make that the lighter one. Make sure we position it properly. We're actually going to put it like this. I'm going to select the phone and then select this, and we can just minus it off by pressing the shape builder tool. So then, and I might scale this down, and then put it back into place. Yeah, that's fine. Make sure actually it's probably the wrong proportions. So it looks like his fingers are coming around and he's holding the phone. Actually, probably just going to leave it like that. Yeah, we'll keep it simple, just leave it like that. And we'll just change the color. We'll select this dark black color. I'm going to make an offset path, just so we get that lighter screen. So you can see I'm just making adjustments as I go. And I'm going to change it to make it lighter, and we'll make it more of a blue tint. And we'll start working through. So we're going to do the same thing for these shoes. I'm going to delete this over this side. We'll lock that, and you can see we can expand this, but we want to make the stroke a bit smaller. Expand this. So go object expand. My shortcut is Control E, which makes it faster. I'm going to select it, press Shift M, and then just left click and minus those off. So now we can select the lighter color. Extend those. Easy, and then we'll just make a copy of it. Make sure this is grouped by pressing Control G. Turn that off. I don't know why that's... Redo it. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh, the angle. Turn the angle off. Press copy. Okay. Sweet. There we go. There's our first character. You might make this a little bit... Yeah, we'll make that dark one. Cool. There's our guy. I think that looks too... Cool. There's our first character, and then there we have it. Now we can focus on the other guys. So I'm just going to build out some more palettes here using the colors we have. So I'll use this blue. I'll go to color guide, and I'll just go to shades. And I like working with complementary colors. So you can see complementary there. See how it's got the, warm color, cool color. So it's got yellow and an orange there, or another orange. We use orange for him, so we don't really want that. Maybe you want to use monochromatic, or even this, this one here. Got some greens and purples, which you can play around with. So we're going to probably keep them all the same skin color. So we can go through. I'm using the eyedropper tool and just copying the colors across. Makes it super easy. I'm probably going to make... Actually, I'll change that guy's color. Actually, I'll leave it like that. You can probably leave these glasses as a stroke. Yeah, it's no problem. I want a darker brown. This guy's a little bit sad, a little bit worried. He's probably got an exam coming up. See, those purples are not working, so I'll just pick a darker. It's always good to stick with like one major color and then just do different shades of it. It always looks a lot better. We're probably actually going to change this to gold. Once again, I'm going to select both these strokes, object, expand, press OK, and then they're going to be shapes. In case, we scale it up and then the strokes just get messed up. You can even play around with that as well. Or we can just leave it big. So you can see he's not fashionable. We can actually make sure these are grouped. You can even plus them together if you want. Cool, so that's more a simple character. That guy's fine. And we're gonna go work on the next guy. So you can see I love coloring. It's one of the funnest processes. Should we make him pink? Because he's the dad, we'll probably go for a more... Here, we'll give him some brown colors. we'll try and go a bit more mahogany. We'll add some more shades. We've got to expand these now too. So that's why it's always important to make sure you actually group your objects, or know which ones need to be worked on or expanded. And I'm going to unite these by pressing the Pathfinder tool, pressing unite. You can see here it's not overlapping properly, so we're going to have to, I'll just scale that up, delete that, and then make a copy of this shape, select it, and then there we go. And what I'll do now is go ahead and just copy that. We'll make it dark. I'll give him some green shoes. If you want to make the thumb go behind, you can actually look at that. So it looks like he's got the thumb there. If you want to add some more detail. Cool, so we've got that. And we'll move on to the mum. We'll make her blonde. We won't go too saturated also, we'll go one down. Expand this. So what I did is just plus this section here. So now we have a shape there for her skin. Because you can see this is one whole shape, and now we have this separate shape there. So we can bring that, just bringing it down. And we'll give this color dark color like that. So just adding a circle makes it look like there's a thumb over there. We'll make it just slightly gray there so we can see that. And I think we'll make it like a pinky color. Cool. We'll probably, let's make this red as well, because it's probably going to be rubies. That's probably too saturated. Maybe if we go Nah, we'll probably make it, let's make it gold. Yeah, it looks better. And his shoes, we've got to expand them as well because there's a strokey. And then we can just unite that. Unite that one too. Give us some purple shoes. And what I'm going to do... I'm going to use the shape builder tool and plus that. There we go. Shift M, left click once in the middle, and we're going to create that. Cool, so we have that. And now onto the little girl. Usually the mum wears more, less saturated, but we'll make the girl look cool too. So we're going to have to finish off this path. Make a copy of the head as well, and just we're gonna use shift shape builder tool, cut that off. The reason why we make a copy is so that the original anchor point on this shape doesn't get damaged, and that doesn't make you know, the wrong thing. Make the same color as the mum. I just realized she's got really big eyebrows. And I just count, sometimes I just count how many points. I'm gonna go to color guide and see what other colors there is. We'll probably just add a shade plus that in. So you can see our color palettes are just getting built as we go. So we've got to fix her arms now. So I'm going to double click on it. And I'll just get rid of this. I'm going to put it on the right layer. And this should be a little bit... Yeah, that should be above this. Can you see here? We want to try and make it, put it on the outside. Oh, we'll actually make it the same color. Yeah. And we'll just cut this off. So I'm just holding Option or Alt to minus it. Make sure it's cutting that off. And we'll just copy this hand. Double click on this to go in isolation mode. And we'll just leave it like this. And I'm gonna go to transform in this corner. And we'll go flip vertical. Just like that. Super handy. If you don't know how to do that, go to window and you can open the box here, transform box. And that's a quick way to flip those things. Okay, so that's looking more better. What if, I think we're going to change the tint of this. Slightly, make it slightly lighter. Just a tad. And then we'll just minus this off. So then it's cut out behind that shape. So when we put it up front now, it's not overlapping there. And once again, we're going to just add a bit of contrast. Yeah, I think we'll leave it the subtle blue. And then we've got to fix. And we're going to add a ribbon. So to do that, I'm in isolation mode right now. I'm going to shape builder tool, and then I'll stick with red. And then hopefully, if I reflect this, it should directly be, yeah, on the other shape. Awesome. Great. So it's actually got ribbons. Awesome. So then we cut it out. So we've colored our modern family. So now we can leave it as a 2D, and yeah, you can play around with it, edit it, do what you want with it. So that's our modern family, using basic shapes, using simple colors to get a 2D look, and you know, it's looking great, it's looking awesome. And you can always fix around, play around with it, and add some more details, add shading, add texture if you want, even a background. So yeah.